Daniel, how are you doing today?
Great, man. How are you?
I'm good. I really enjoyed Bad Shabbos. Can't wait for everyone else to check it out. You directed and co-wrote the film, so I guess just where did this idea come from, and what made you want to pursue something like this for your next project?
Yeah, the idea came from Zach, the co-writer, and Adam, the producer, where he hosts these Shabbat dinners on the Upper West Side, where his mom will sometimes just pull a prank on people just to keep things funny. And then Adam heard about this and said, "What would happen if someone, um, you know, some there was a prank and someone ended up dying?" And they called me, and I said that could be pretty funny. And then we just outlined from there, and everything started clicking.
Do you have an example of like a kind of like lower stakes pranks you would pull, or
Yeah, because it's not based on an actual one. But there was a time, I'm trying to think when I could, there was one time when someone, our best friend brought his fiance over and she served everything in these little tea party sets with like really tiny plates and like the soup was in shot glasses. And this went on for like 20 minutes until everyone got hungry.
So, Bad Shabbos is very funny. Did you look toward any other comedies for inspiration? Or I know you've done horror in the past, and since this does involve a dead body, was there anything a little more off the wall that served as inspiration?
The main inspirations were just, the comedies we love most, like I guess for this it was Meet the Parents, the energy of that and just like in-law tension comedy. My Big Fat Greek Wedding, where it's so specific to Greek culture, but so relatable to everyone else. And we kind of trusted that if we lean into that and try to make it authentic, it'll still work. And those comedies were also models in terms of the acting, where instead of some comedies, people just act like they're in an SNL sketch. But in this one, we tried to ground it in reality as much as possible. And then if you go back even further, the birdcage is a comp because the structure is just so similar, where two different in-laws meeting for the first time. The climax is a dinner scene. And then going back further, like inspiration from Mel Brooks and Ernst Lubitsch, just like their sensibilities. So kind of just a combination of everything we like. I'm just hoping for the best.
For sure. So, amidst all of these characters and this big family, was there one in particular while you were writing who you're like, oh, I kind of relate to this one the most?
Probably John Bass's character, just trying to keep the peace. I can relate to a lot.
Yeah, John Bass is great. I love him in so many things. And you have like an all-star cast with this. Kira Sedgwick, David Paymer, Method Man. As you were writing, did you like have them in mind, or how did you go about like getting them involved in the project?
No, wasn't, I didn't think that we would get them in the end. So we just wrote what we thought would be best. And then after, we're like, okay, who do we think? And Adam, the producer, just believed in the script and that if they read it, they might be down because we spent so much time on that, like document. So he got it with the casting director, Seth, Cody, and Daniel to these people's agents. And the agents read it, which I was shocked. And then they shared it with their clients who liked it too. Like Brian Boone, who's this agent at CAA, was one of the key guys who like read it and like really saw the potential because it's tough because most people, they don't believe in something unless it has hype, almost like moths to a light. So to just get a document from, relatively unproven people and trust that it might be good is that takes a lot of conviction. So we're grateful to him.
Oh yeah, definitely. Most of the film takes place in a single apartment, and you have a pretty good sized cast for a small space. Were there any challenges that emerged during filming that you kind of had to come up with a solution on the fly?
Um, yeah, there were challenges just because we were all in the apartment together, so it was tight quarters, and a lot of the actors kind of shared the same green room, which is not ideal, but it also made them feel like family because they were hanging out the whole time and really had a dynamic. And then there are just, budget challenges like all the time where like I in the script, the dead body was supposed to fall on a car, but we didn't have the money for a car, so we had to come up with different solutions. We thought, okay, what if we have like old guys walking by, the body falls in front of them, so that like gives it some specificity. And then we didn't have money for police cars to show up. So we said, okay, what if we just show the roll on the sidewalk and red blue lights bounce off that? Um, and Yeah, we almost also just adjusting the script to the apartment because we had a different apartment and then we lost it 2 weeks before, and I storyboarded the whole thing to that space. So we just like me and Matt, the cinematographer, just had to like adjust everything. And these little for a comedy, like every if you like are off by an inch, the whole thing falls apart. So for example, like the dinner scene, we spent so much time figuring out what is the best seating arrangement to get the most laughs. And then we're like, okay, we should put like Meg's parents here so that when Method Man walks in, like they're the one everyone sees them before them, so they have to like turn all the way around. So there's all these little things to make it work.
Well, congratulations again on a bad Shabbos. So, just to close things out, what's next? Are you writing anything? Do you have like another directing project coming up? Are you taking a break after everything bad Shabbos?
I'm taking a sabbatical.
Yeah.
No, not yeah. One idea is like a sports comedy, kind of like Karate Kid, and the other is a Hanukkah holiday movie, just because I feel like there isn't a great one yet, and because we made this one, there's almost like a duty to try to figure it out.